Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Craps with John from Pro Craps here. Hey, look what I got today. It's the Ken Knows Gambling mug that came in the mail last night. Sweet. I got quite the collection of coffee mugs now, which is really cool. I've got obviously Brian's, I got Ken's now, I got mine that's on the way, and I've got a few others from previous jobs and stuff. Becoming like connoisseur, but just a bunch of mugs, which is pretty cool. So it's the one thing in our house that doesn't match. We have all the same silverware, the same plates, but our mug closet is like a disaster. So, but it's cool. And I had somebody actually write me a nice note on Facebook. They want to send me some coffee from their hometown, which is cool. So I'd like to sample coffees as well. That's a really cool thing. All right, let's get into today's content. Announcements. There's a couple announcements to make. One is going to be this. I'm going to keep up with the DiceCon thing because I really think it's going to be awesome. Jeremy at Color Up is running this, so if you're all have seen Color Up's videos, Jeremy's amazing. And the thing about Jeremy is this, and at the DiceCon, of course, part of the allure of going there is getting to play craps with Jeremy from Color Up, right? It's like you're playing with a superstar. Couldn't be a nicer guy. Like I met him when I was in Reno, and we hung out a little bit. Could not be a nicer person, right? He's a great guy, fun to talk to, fun to play craps with, and like I think there's like 100 people going. It's like the whole club is going to this thing, and we're just going to take over the craps tables in that town. It's going to be great. It's June 19th to the 21st. Again, I'll be there probably outside of that a little bit, but all the members are going to go, and there's a bunch of YouTubers I know that are going to go. It's going to be great. Just if you can swing it at all, that would be amazing. If you get Jell out there and we can just do stuff. We can eat and whatever. So. It's going to be great. So please, if you can do it, do it. The other announcement is this. The Toolbox series, as you know, is underway, right? Everybody's asking, how do you play at the tables? Well, I'm going to give you about 12 to 15 strategies that I actually play at the tables. One a day. Maybe we'll do them a couple days in a row. Some of these things I don't play anymore. Some of them are ways that I played when I was younger, but you're going to get them all. So I'm just going to roll them out there, and we'll do one today. And again, most of these are designed for the short term. I've always been kind of a short game sort of player. So everything I do is great for phase one. Most of my strategies are made for phase one, and they're not necessarily long-term play strategies. Today's strategy, you'll see, not a good long-term strategy, but it's a good, if you can get a quick hit, you're doing good. And that's kind of what I do. So I'm going to be working through some of that with you. The other announcement to make under the Pro Crap section here is the Craps Crash Course is coming. And what might that be, you say? Well, what it is this. My wife's sister, my sister-in-law, is coming to visit us for the weekend. She's going to be here Friday through like Tuesday or Wednesday. She used to live by us and she moved away. Now she's coming back for the weekend. And that's not exciting in and of itself, but she doesn't know how to play craps. And when she was living here, we kept saying, we should bring you in and get you on the feed, and I'll show you how to play craps in front of the whole world. No, I'm not going to do that. Well, she's doing that. I convinced her that's a good idea to do it. So we're going to actually do probably 3 shows with her, where I show her from zero to purposefully hop in the Hardways at some point over the course of 3 sessions how to play this game. And I'm doing that not so much, well, to teach her, obviously it'll be fun to teach her. You all know craps, right? You already know how to play craps. I'm doing this to sort of show you how to show somebody how to play craps. So if you're bringing a friend for the first time to a casino, maybe it's for a weekend or a junket or something like that. How do you show somebody how to play craps? Well, you don't jump in and say, hey, go put your $44 across the inside and pray. We're going to show her how the game works, like the mechanics of the game. Why is the puck on, off? When are bets active and all that? So it's going to be interesting. I'll show her the pass line, the don't pass line, the placing, and we'll do it all. And I'm going to do it all in kind of a nice, progressive, slow build up. And I think by the end of the weekend, she'll want to go play craps for real with her actual money. She, by the way, is one of these people. She'd be hard to teach because she. You probably have somebody like this in your family. She doesn't like losing money at all. Like, at all. Like, we go to the casino and, my wife will, I told you before, she'll grab a slot machine and be there for 8 hours. And she'll just be feeding, collected the 4K, feed, all day long. I'll play craps forever. My sister will put $20 in a slot machine and lose it and get pissed. and that's it for the weekend. She'll be so mad she lost that 20 bucks, she'll stop playing. So getting her to play craps will be a challenge because somebody who can't stand to lose 20 bucks in a slot is going to have a hard time putting out 66 bucks on a table. But we're going to get her there. We're going to show her how this game works and make it fun for sure. So it's going to be, yeah, Michael, my sister has never said I have a gambling problem. No. One of the things about this, and Greg has said this before, and I can repeat this because it's a true statement. I love craps. I love gambling. I think it's amazing, right? For me, it's fun because I'm disciplined and I can get through it. Having a table in my house has really, like, I get to play every day. I get to talk about it every day. I get to gamble every day, and I don't spend a dime. Like this, I could do this forever. The only thing that makes this better is if I had an actual full-size table and friends over here and we just played together. That would be fantastic. It would take all that adrenaline piece of it out, right? You're just having fun. It's a great game, and I'm glad that I get to do it here. I don't have a gambling problem. I have a YouTube problem, apparently. Speaking of YouTube problems, new channel. Let me screen share with you really quick. I'm going to show you some cool stuff. Here's my channel, by the way. You've seen this a million times because you've been there, which is cool, and I thank you for that. A couple things to note here. Let me zoom in because there's stuff on here that I don't think people know about. Like these little, over here on the right side of the channel where my mouse is right here, these are links to other websites. Like my actual website is a link here. The one on the right, this link on the right, this link takes you to that spreadsheet that I showed you a few weeks back. So you click that link, this is that spreadsheet where you can do all the estimations and everything else and you're logging. So it's right here on top of the site. They don't make it obvious. YouTube doesn't put the words out here so you can see what these things are. So if you want the spreadsheet, that's an easy way to find it. Interesting though, there's a link next to it, which is this YouTube looking icon. That takes you here to the Casino Gaming TV YouTube channel, which has a grand total of 6 subscribers. It's brand new. You've noticed this probably on the off chance, because if we go back to the announcement screen, it's what the banner is below my videos now. You'll see the Casino Gaming TV green and black and gray or army colored banner down there with my logo and the chip logo. I've been talking about this for a while now, and we're going to start moving towards this where all of my live streams will only be done from this channel. I'll put it back up on screen. The TV channel will house the live streams. There's reasons for that. I want ProCraps' channel, the actual channel, to just be recorded videos that are teaching like the curriculum, the education sessions, the strategy rollouts, that kind of thing. Things that are sort of like that are going to stand the test of time. That's the ProCraps needs to be that. For lots of reasons. This thing is going to be where all the lives happen. This is going to be like the Fox News or the CNN of gambling. I want this to be like all live streams. So my morning show, my evening shows, other people that we're talking to will also be streaming shows on this channel. This will be like where you just tune in to get all your stuff. Because every morning I put out who's coming, like what's happening today. And by the way, tonight is going to be Live Fantasy Craps at 6 o'clock. This is the channel where all that stuff can actually live. So all the live streams will happen here throughout the day on a scheduled basis, and it'll become like the TV station that we all kind of watch. And then, of course, every provider, every host on that channel will have their own channels, like this, like ProCraps, where we'll put our videos up. And what'll happen is my videos here will no longer be these hour and 15-minute long me talking to you for 15 minutes. It'll just be this. And you see that I've started to do this where, like this base strategies, the 3-stage strategies video, that's a half-hour long video that I pulled out of an hour-and-a-half live stream that we did. I pulled out just the part where we were doing the strategy talk and took all of the discussion out of it. So this becomes a really good video for somebody to watch 6 months from now. And that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna be streaming to one channel, putting the content from the stream on this channel. So you'll have access to just the red meat here. You'll have access to, or the live access to, the actual show here. And the long hour-and-a-half version of the show, like today's show, it'll just stay here forever. This will be the place you can rewatch the whole show with the chat. So none of it's going away. I'm just gonna have you all come over here and subscribe to this channel. If you can come over here and subscribe to Casino Gaming TV, and again, you can get to it from clicking the link on my channel. Click on the red link, it'll get you there. Subscribe to that. The other piece to this is this. I've been talking a long time, and I don't want to get hung up on the subscriber count, but we're like 1,500 or 1,600, whatever. I've been saying my goal is 10,000 because I want to do, and the thing with 10,000 is this. When you have 10,000 subscribers, in the chat, you guys can right now click the thing as a super chat, and it throws me $5 or whatever you want to tip. That's great, and it's appreciated, but point is, when you're at 10,000 subscribers, that area now can have a donate button. And you can donate to something like the NCPG, the National Council on Problem Gambling. And YouTube will take your donation from the live chat, goes right to the charity with no fees. But for some reason, they put this big threshold. I don't think Pro Craps, my channel, will ever get to 10,000. It's a stupidly high number. I don't think it'll ever happen. I'm realistic about where we are. I think this channel, though, because we're going to have craps and baccarat and roulette and poker and blackjack, and we're going to have dealers having shows on here, this channel has the potential to get to 10,000 because we're going to cast a wider net with it. And it'll be me and a bunch of other hosts doing shows. This is the one I want to get to 10,000. I think my own channel is going to stay where it is. This one here, I think for all the live stuff, is going to get us to the point where next year's Crapsathon, this channel will run the Crapsathon, not my channel. It'll become a not a John thing. It'll become a all of us thing. And this channel has the potential to host the donation button, which is what this is all about. So I think by pulling in more providers and by pulling in more games and more, what's what I'm looking for, more diverse content and diverse hosts, this channel I think is where we're going to do the Crapsathon from, and it'll be called something else, but the Crapsathon will come from this channel. I think it has more potential. I think that's kind of, to me, I think that makes more sense. And I think that's where I'm heading. I've been kind of getting you prepped for this for a while. I think that's what it's going to be. It's just going to take us a hot minute to get there. So if you can go subscribe to that channel, you won't even find it. You're going to have to go to my channel and click the link because there's 0 subscribers. So trying to find it is hard. Do that. And if you can get on there, that would be fantastic. We'll start building that thing up. And I will have a launch party probably in 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks on that. It'll be really fun. The launch party, we'll get all the hosts that are going to be on, that are going to run shows on it. We'll all be talking about it. We have some pretty surprising things that are going to happen on that channel on the regular. It'll be, think about how you love, I know you love me, Coffee and Craps in the morning. Imagine Coffee and Craps in the morning, and every Wednesday is this show, and every Thursday is that show, and every Tuesday is this other 2 shows. And there's going to be, live gaming that we're going to do, and a lot of really cool things planned for it. So that's where we want to go. It's going to be pretty awesome, but it's going to take work on my part and on your part to get it going. So I'll need your help. So anyway, that is what's happening there. That's going to be a really, really cool channel, I think. All right. What else do we have to talk about here? We have, let's see, 36 folks. Cool. Thanks for being here. Let's do the strategy. Today's strategy is going to be, again, we're working on the 3-phase system. And if you watched Jacob's channel, Jacob from Wage Me This, did a thing this morning, which is great. Basically, kind of, it looks like he's doing some of the same stuff we talked about, which is like, I want to play 66. How fast can I win 66? So I can be out of that and be playing on profits, right? Which is what this whole thing is about. All of us agree, all of us crap players agree, the best way to play this game is to play it for free. That's the way we want to do it. So today's strategy is going to be one that I think is one of the more dangerous ways to get there. It's a fun way to play. It's actually a thing I'm going to show Shar how to play craps with, because this gives you a lens into both sides. It's a mathematical play. To some degree, it's a mathematical play. So I think you're going to like it. What it'll be is a thing where, a lot like the other day or yesterday when I rolled 1 million rolls, right? The dice have to play with you to make this one work. This one is one that you can lose your shirt on. So here, I'm going to change the view here and we'll talk through it as we go. This strategy is called the Oddsmaker strategy. And what you can see here on the screen, this Oddsmaker strategy is really making 2 bets. We're going to make the 2 best bets we can make. One is going to be a don't pass bet with possibly max odds. The other bet's going to be a come bet with possibly max odds. The 2 basic, like cut and dry, easiest, and house edgy way to play. That's what we're going to do. It works like this. It's a simple way. We're going to start with a don't pass bet, and we're going to go progressive odds. And I'm gonna play it today at a 3, 4, 5 table, okay? You can do this obviously at a 10x table where you're gonna get way more bang for your buck. However, bankroll will have to be increased. But basically, it's a don't pass bet. And if we get the 4 and 10 as the point, we're gonna jack it up. We're gonna go max odds. We're gonna try and win 4 units from that, right? You'll get 1 for the flat bet and 3 units from your odds bet. If the point's 5 and 9, we're gonna go half odds. We'll take a 3-unit odds play to win 2. We'll win 3 overall. If it's a 6 and the 8, we're gonna let the flat bet ride. We're gonna call that an even Steven bet, and we'll progressively lay odds based on the number that we get. We're gonna make a mathematical probability-based decision there. Our next bet goes into the come. Once the don't pass bet is set, we go into the come. And as you know, in the come, you're at the advantage for that one roll for 7 or 11. So you can get a little bit of extra love coming through there. But if not, and that travels up to another channel or to another point, then we'll take odds based on the point. And again, we're gonna hunt them down. If it's the 6 or 8, we're taking max odds. If it's the 5 or 9, we're gonna take 2x odds. We're gonna put 4 units up there or 2 units up there to win 3. If it's the 4 and 10, we're not taking odds, right? I'm gonna try and put odds on the bets I think are the most likely to pay and the more odds on those likely bets. That's the idea here. It's 2 bets. Don't pass, come, odds wherever we can get to. That's gonna be the whole thing. That's the entirety of the play. Options we have, we can always obviously ladder the flat bets, right? Waylon will love this, but if we ladder the flat bets on losses, you then get to also double up your odds on because if your flat goes from 5 to 10, now your odds can go from 25 to 50. So you have options there to really increase. If you get into that when you're doing odds, you can burn a lot of bankroll really fast. It's a dangerous play, but it's one to consider as an option. The other option you've got, which I generally don't explore with this strategy, but I could, would be to play the Hardways. So if I get an even numbered point on the don't or an even numbered come bet, taking the Hardway bet on that number is a good idea. On the don't pass, it's a hedge. A little bit, you can take one way to lose away. On the right side, on the come bet, that Hardway is an attack on the number. So if it comes hard, you're gonna get paid your flat, your odds, and a Hardway, and you can be out of there quick. So that's the idea of the strategy. It's goals. Every strategy has to have a goal. This strategy's goal it's simple. We're targeting the obvious and strongest bets that we can make. That's goal number 1. Goal number 2 is to get in and get out. If this thing wins quick on the first run through, it can win, you're done with it. If you lose all your money on the first run and it's a 16-unit commitment, right? 16 units, you can lose that on the first run. You got to work. Now you got to really come at it. It's dangerous. You can burn your bankroll quickly. That's a con for it. It can be a grind in that case, and this is not a strategy I would play all day. This is one that you go in, if you can get the quick hit and run away and play something different, that's great. But you can easily win your unit count. If I'm looking to play 66 inside, okay, that is a total of 8 units. It's 2 units on 4 different numbers. If you look at the chart here, we can take a hit on the 4 and the 10 on the don't pass and a hit on the 5, 9, 6, or 8 on the come bet and get our 8 units right away. If the dice work out well, you can win your 8 units quickly and be done. If the dice don't play, you're gonna be here a long time. So we're gonna play it out and see how this thing works today. I'll put the chips out here. We'll talk through the numbers and how you kind of manage your rack with it. And then I'll roll dice and we'll see if this strategy holds up and gets us to our 8-unit goal to play 44 inside for what would be phase 2. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, there's our table. And I'm zoomed in here so we can look at the bets up close, and then I'll possibly zoom out for the dice roll. But let's go ahead and get ourselves set here. So again, my rack, I'll move it to the middle here. Here's my profit from last night's practice session. I actually profited last night. The rack will set up with 20 total units, or I'm sorry, 40 total units. So I've got $100 in red. So I got 20 red chips, and I've got $100 in green. I can break those greens down if I need to. They're convenient to use for the odds plays, okay? Very simple play. We're gonna start out with the 1 unit don't pass bet. We'll get a point established. Let's say it's a 9, okay? Because it was already there, 9. What I'll do in this case on the 9 is we'll lay 3 units in odds to win 2. Okay, the 5 and 9, not the strongest plays on the dome. They aren't bad plays. They aren't strong. They're just kind of, I always call them the Jan Brady bets. These are the kind of the middle child, and they're whatever. They're not great. 2x odds is fine. Lay 3 to win 2, win 1. If that happens to win, you would get paid 1 on your flat and 2 on your odds, right? 3-unit profit on that. Pretty good if we can get it. If this puck goes to the 10, we would have laid maximum odds. We would have laid 6 units, right? And again, 6 units pays 3. Flat bet pays 1. That's a nice 4-unit profit there. And if it was the 6 or the 8, we're just going to let it sit. We're going to take no odds because I'm not going to feed into the negative probability. We'll let that just be a flat bet. Flat bet against the 6 or 8 is a great bet. An odds bet against the 6 or 8, not the greatest bet. So we're going to let that math play out for us here the best we can. Our next bet will be a come bet. And the come bet, obviously can go anywhere. I like having this. If we're on the 10 and I've got 6 units in odds down here, like so, and we pop a 7, that's great. Because that pays you, again, 3 on the odds, 1 on the flat, and a little extra juice on the come bet, right? That's why I'm doing a come bet instead of letting the dice decide and then placing the number, which you could also do. A little bit of juice here is pretty good. I like to go for the extra juice when I can. Now, let's say we get a 9 as the number for our come bet. Our come bet is going to travel into the 9. And again, I don't love the 9 and 5 on the right side either. They're Jan Brady kind of numbers. We'll just do double odds. I'll spread it so you see 2 units in odds on the 5 and 9. If it goes to the 6 or the 8, I really like the 6 and the 8. Right? Those are high probability hits for a come bet. We'll maximize. We'll go to 5x odds, 25 bucks. 4 and 10, don't love them, right? I don't like having to hit the 4 and 10 2 times to get paid. We'll let the flat bet ride on that. So this could happen. You could end up with a point of 8 and have no odds here, and a come bet that goes to 10 have no odds there, and be sitting here with 2 flat bets and waiting for the sun to rise. That could happen. It could also happen to where you're on the 10 and have a full juice back here, 6x odds there, and the 8 for your come bet, and have 5x odds back on the 8. You could be all in or not in at all, depending on the dice. So we're going to let the dice decide how heavy we're going to bet today, and that's going to be sort of the story. So let's get our rack reset here. I'll put this money back in the bank, and we're going to roll this out. So again, my money management strategy today, I'm not going to pull up a per shooter allotment here. I'm just going to run from the back of the rack, and I'm going to try and keep the back of the rack as close to what you see here. 4 greens and 4 stacks of 5 reds all day long. If we can get at any point in time to where I have 8 units in the front part of my rack, I'm looking for 8 units of win in the front part of my rack. If I can get there, we're going to be in good shape. I'll leave the Hardways here so you can see them. I may jump in and play Hardways today. And I won't do this today, but I'm telling you what, I am loving this new play. I'm loving going to the don't pass and the field. I'm finding myself when I do this, this bet pays off enough times to recoup the losses on this, which is interesting because you're going to lose this bet on the 7 and the 11. The 11 now pays for it. So now you can only lose this bet 6 ways on the 7, but there's also these 16 ways that you can win and make this bet free coming through. I win this bet enough times to overcome the losses on that, which is interesting over time. I haven't run it through win craps. I haven't run it through any kind of math yet to prove that it's a good play, but I've been having really good success with it. I won't do it today, but I'm going to try and call out every time that happens. I want to let you know when it happens so we can, maybe even if I remember to do it, I'll use the white chips so we can track how often that play actually works out for us. But that being said, we're going to play the straight up odds hunter strategy. I call this the hunting with Dick Cheney method because of the whole hunting story. But it's really, we're hunting down the best odds play. So let me go ahead and zoom my camera out here. We're going to go to the wide view and let me move my rack where you can see it here. Let's see, this will be there. Hopefully that's visible enough that you can see it. It's up here in the ATS section. And here we go. Let's go ahead and get our first point. And again, I'm not going to hedge my come out. I don't think it's that big of a deal. At the 1 unit level, it's not that big a deal. So we're just going to roll out, and here we go. We're going to start out with a loss. 437, our first chip gets burned. That will, as you know, happen. Okay, hard 10 on the come out. Okay, our point's going to be 10. Now, per rule, we're going to go 6x in odds, right? There's 6 units in odds. It might be easier to see if I do a green chip. Okay, we'll lay 30 in odds on that. And our first come bet's going to come out. Right here, great spot, right? 7 right now pays us everywhere, which is what you're looking for, hopefully. Oh, look at that. It goes to a 4, a hard 4. And in this case, we don't love that one. The come bet to the 4 is a tough bet to win. If it happens to pay off, that's great. It's a bonus, and we're all good. I'd be really happy with that. But I'm not counting on this to win. I am counting on that one to win, for sure. I'm counting on that 7 to hit before the 10. An option we have here is to go 5 and 5 in the don't, or in the Hardways. Why 5 and 5? This one, right? $35 basically covers that entire bet on a hard 10. If a hard 10 repeats, if the 10 comes easy, we'll lose it all, right? That's going to be a bad case. Here, this is actually a hard play on the 4, right? If the 4 comes, we'll get paid here. We'll get paid extra here to cover them both. I'm not going to do it. I just want to show you that that is an option that I sometimes will explore with this thing. I want to just kind of lay the options out as I play it, but I'm not going to play it that way today. We're just going to go ahead and roll straight up. Okay, it's a 6-3-9, and now we're waiting. We're just waiting for our, the ugly one to hit before the other ugly one, and we'll get rolling here. There's a 4, 3-1-4, right? That's great, that hits. I'm excited about the hit. I didn't expect it, but it's good that it happened. Right back in the come we go. I'm going to keep this rolling with one come bet the whole time because you can get some nice repeating action in here. Here we go, coming out for that new come bet. It's a 4-1-5. And again, it travels to the 5. We don't love the 5, but we like the 5. 2x odds. That's 2 chips, 2 times odds. That'll win 3 on the backside there if we can get it. And now we wait. There's a 1, 2, 3, the shocker. And there's our 4, 3, 7. So we're going to end up even here, or a little bit at. We're going to lose 3 units in here. We're going to win 1 unit on the flat bet. Oh, that's a 6. What am I? Did I roll that? Shit. I'm going to put that back. I think I rolled that. Crap. I'll let you guys talk me in the chat. I think that die rolled when I pulled it out. I'm going to leave it as the 6 that I think it is and keep the roll going. I think that was a 6. There's another 4, 2, 6. Let it roll. Let it ride. There's our 7. Okay, you knew it was coming anyway. 7's up. We do lose the 4. So nothing, if I got that roll wrong, it doesn't change the outcome. So we lose the 1 on the 4. We're going to go here, and we're going to go there. We're going to get paid 3 on the odds, 1 on the flat. And if I pull all this back to my rack, let's take a quick pulse, right? There's our rack. There's our starting bankroll, and we have that 1 profit. Again, 1 unit in profit because of the loss and the win simultaneous. Here we go. Come out anew. Don't pass. Field win. So remember this. The last time we came out to a 10. If I was in the field, that wins. Here, I'm in the field again. That pays you double. So our 2 come out rolls, the field would have been a pretty good play for us. As it is, we take our flat bet win over here. And if you look at my rack, I'm already back to where I started, plus my 1 unit profit. 5, 4, 9. Again, that field would have won on the come out, paying us as we go to the point, which would have made that a free bet, right? That's actually a really solid play. That bet would have been a completely free, risk-free bet to make. It's great. Now again, we're on the 9. We don't love it. We're going to lay 3 in odds, 3 units in odds. Jan Brady, here we go, coming out. Good time for a 7 if we can get it. Oh, look at that, we did it. There's a 5, 2, 7, perfect timing. So we're gonna get paid 1 here, 1 on the flat, and 2 for our odds. When I come back to my rack, I'll leave that bet sitting there for right now, but let's look at where we are. There is our rack as started, and here is 5 units in profit on our way to our 8 unit goal. Let's come back out. Here we go. 6-3-9. Again, would have had a field winner on the come out roll. Love that play. I really think that there's something to this. I have to run math on it, but there's something there for sure. All right, once again, 3 units in odds and a comeback coming through. Okay, bummer. We got picked off. 6-3-9. I'll move this comeback up. I'm going to put 2 units in odds on it, like we talked about. We'll lose this. I'm going to reset my rack real quick. Take what was profit, put it back into play, and come back out. Leave my odds on. I'm leaving my odds on. To me, I know people like to say, "Oh, turn the odds off and the come out," because you get to do it. I would say if you're the kind of person that believes the dice are going to do what they're going to do, the 7's no more likely now than it was before. I'll take the risk and leave these odds rolling. I definitely like doing that. Okay, there's our 5-3-8 for the point. Now, in this situation, whoops, we don't love the 8. We're on the don't. We don't love the 8. I like the flat bet, but I'm not going to lay odds against a strong number. Roll it out. We'll just let what's going to happen happen. Again, I'd love to see the 9 hit here before the 7. Just want to avoid that 8. There is our 7. So, bummer, we lose that. We'll get paid our 1 down here, and we went backwards a little bit. That'll happen. Our rack is still actually pretty good shape. We're only, actually, if you take this back, we're even. We burned our 5 units in profit on the last couple of rolls, but whatever. All right, coming out to a 9. Again, that's another field hit there had we been on that. We're going to go ahead and lay 3. We're going to come out again. 7. Beautiful. Great timing for the 7. Want that 7 while you're in the come. So again, win 1 here, win 1 flat, win 2 on the odds, and we're right back in good shape. Here's our rack being reset, and there's our next 4 units in profit. Let's repeat it one more time. I think I've hit the field every single come out roll. That's not normal, but it's kind of cool. There she is, the shocker. A little bit of juice in here. Would have been an extra payment in there. We have 5 units in profit now, on our way to 8. There's another, look at that, the aces in both places. Pays 1, would have paid 2 if we were in the field. I'm at 6 units in profit right now. There's the midnight, would have paid 3 in the field, right? Every come out roll today worked out. I would have been field paying on the come out rolls here. We would have been in great, great shape. There's the first one that we wouldn't have got. There's our 9, or our 5. So again, we don't love the 5. We love it enough to lay it for 3. Coming out again. Hard 4. So here, comeback goes to the 4. We don't love that. We're not gonna take odds on a number that's hard to roll. It's gonna let that thing roll out and see what happens. And again, the Hardways are an option for you here, if you wanted. 3-1-4, or 1-2-3 rather, shocker. There's the 1-3-4. That's great. I'll take that little bonus payment on the 4. I never expect it to win, but when it does, it's like heaven time. Now, here's where I am. I want you to see this. My rack, my goal was, well, we're not quite there yet. Let's let these bets resolve, then we'll reset things. What's that? A 3-2-5. Bummer. Losing 4 there. Did not want to do that. This is going to move to the 5 now. That's off. I'll put my double odds up on there. We were actually pretty close to being out of this hand. That 5 kind of hurt. Back we go. 6-1-7. Ooh, that was a painful shot. Working backwards. This is where I told you this strategy here will bite you sometimes. I'm going to reset my rack to get a visual of where we are, because these profits are being burned up. We're actually down a unit now. We were up 6 for a second there. Now we're down. This is definitely a grind. If you don't hit it right, it's a grind. 6-1-7. Bye-bye. Ooh, 5-2-7. This is where I think laddering in here could help you out. I just need a good strong point down here. This is a 4, that's great. We'll take that as a point. We're gonna lay our max odds on it. We're gonna come out with 1. And we get a 9. It's gonna move here to the 9, and we'll take double. So we're in pretty good shape. We have a lot of decent bets out there. Let's let it roll out. I see Jacob's here. Jacob, how you doing, man? Jacob from Wager Me This. I'm just gonna say hello. And I got 2 comments for you. 1 comment, actually. Welcome back. Your new camera view, it's gonna take getting used to. I think I like it, but I'm so used to seeing you from the other side of the table, and like when I look at the thumbnails on YouTube, you get conditioned with your eyes to see your table the way that it is. So now that it's backwards, it's gonna take me a hot minute to kind of get used to what I'm seeing. I don't dislike it, but it's different for sure. Here we go. We're looking for a 9. If we can get it, we got a 5. There's that yo. There's that yo. There's that 6, 516. Monster roll coming, right? There's a 5. Working our way across here, aren't we? There's the 9, beauteous. 9 pays, 1 for the flat, and 3 for the odds bet, and it comes back, which makes our rack almost complete. We're gonna go back out in the come. The come bets are nice because you can keep replaying those things all day long. There's an 8. Okay, here we are. Good situation. 8. We're gonna lay max or take max on it. So now we've got our 2 favorite plays, right? A max no odds on the 4 and a max odds on the 8. This is the situation this strategy was built for. If we can get this hit, we'll probably be damn close to being out of this hand. There's our aces. Excuse me. There's the 5, 3, 8, which is awesome. It's gonna pay us 30 on the back and 5 in the front. My green chips are back to normal. My red chips are back to normal. Go back in the come with the flat bet. Now I'm playing all this as profit. Okay, if I were to pull these odds back right now, which I can do, I have 25, 30, 35 bucks in profit. I'm still a little bit light, right? I want to get to 50 or at least 45 in profit to switch to 44 inside. We're not quite there, so I'm going to let this thing roll out. If we can pop a 7 out over here, we'll be okay. We're going to put 2 odds on the 5. Rinse and repeat. There's a 6. I love having a 4 as the point. No matter what side of the table I'm on, when the 4 is the point, I'm loving life because it takes forever to roll, so there's more time for box number hits. And on the don't pass, it's the strong play, right? 4 and 10 are great points to have. Here we go. There's our 6, 1, 7. So, this is what happens sometimes, right? When you're on the 5 and 9, that's why I don't like these numbers. You're gonna lose 3 here, but because the point was 4, those 3 pay the odds there. You end up being up by 1 unit. So it's kind of like, it's an all right win. But our rack now is set. There's our starting value, 25, 35, 45 in profit. We're done with this strategy. It took me a minute to get there. We went down a couple times, but we made base. And now you can take this and go 44 inside and stop playing this way. This is a grind, right? If you catch the right sequence, you can win that pretty quick. And now you're at base. This is the 44 inside. Let's do it again. We'll reset the rack. I'll put the profits back in the bank. We're back to 0 here. Let's start it anew and see if we can do it a second time. Here we go. Coming out. 4, 3, 7. Come out clean here again. 4, 2, 6. Now again, on the point, we don't love the 6 down here. I'm not going to lay odds against a strong number. This might be one of the ones where it's a boring watch, but it happens, right? And there it is. This come bet moves to the 6. We lose the don't. Puck goes off, but I do like the 6 up here, and I'm going to play it strong. We're going to go $25 in odds on the 6 up top. Odds will work on the come out for me. I'm not going to run from the 7 here. When I'm doing the come betting, my odds always work. Okay, point's going to be 9. We're going to put 2 on the 9 or 3 on the 9. 3 to win 2 down here. We're in a pretty good spot. We can catch the numbers in the right sequence here. We're going to be in good shape. Heart 8. Square pair from Colorado. There's a 4, 2, 6, like that payment right there. That's going to be 25, 30 on the odds, 5 on the flat, and that can all come back to the house. I'll put that green chip back, 2 red chips up front. I'm going to put this green back here on the profit side, although we're still a little light in the front side. I will come back out with that comeback. 6, 3, 9. Boy, that sucks. That goes here. We lose the 4. Odds are on. Coming out. Would have been great to have that 6 bang right there, wouldn't it? Okay, point will be 8, and we're going to stand pat. Right? We're going to have a flat bet against the 8. I'm not going to put odds on that. I don't trust enough to do that, but the flat bet on the 8's fine. And we're Jan Bradying the 9. A little bit of suspect halfway odds there on the 5 and the 9, like we always do. Here's a 6-4 easy 10. There's a 6-3-9. Great, it paid off. Awesome. I will take the payment. 1 for the flat, 3 for the odds. Reinvest that into a new comeback. Reset my rack. We are in profit, by the way, at this point. Let's get this 7 right here. It'd be a perfect time for it. Oh, look at that. It rolled over on me and gave us what we wanted. 4, 3, 7. 1 for the comeback, 1 for the don't pass. I'm going to bring this back. The rack is clean. I've got 35 in profit. So we're not quite to 44 inside to be able to do it. We have to play it one more time. But we were damn close to getting there on that shot. We just need one more positive round here, and we'll again be at base. 6, 3, 9. New point. Again, on the don't side, lay 3 to win 2. New comeback coming. Here we go. Shucker. Or no, it's not. It's aces. We lose the comeback. Oh, that's a bummer. I hate giving it away like that. Okay, 6, 2, 8. Now here, we're going to be at risk, which is fine. We're going to lay $30. Take 25 on the 8. We're in good shape, right? This is a decent bet down here. This is a really good bet right here. And banging a win here is going to help us out. We just need to get that 8. Oh, look at that. We did it. 6, 2, 8. Perfect. Again, 5 for the flat, 30 for the odds. Let's bring it back to the house. I'll do a quick assessment of where we are. So our rack, technically speaking, this quarter takes the place of 5 reds. And what I've got here on the profit side is 25, 35, 45. There's my 44 inside. I'm ready to play inside. Don't need the odds. I'll pull them right back down. Right? I made my goal. Matter of fact, to make it more clear and obvious, I'll put the reds back. There's your initial bankroll. And I've got 50, 60 bucks in profit plus my don't pass that's sitting out there. We'll let the play resolve here. There's the 9. We lose this, but that's okay. Twice in a row, we made goal, and our goal here was simply to earn enough money to get to 44 inside, right? That's what Jacob talked about this morning. It's what I've been talking about all week. Phase 1, play something relatively safe that's going to, I don't want to say guarantee, but has a high likelihood of getting you to whatever your goal is. My goal today was to earn 44 bucks to play the inside with free money. That was the goal today. We did it twice. First time took longer than I would like to have had. Usually this is how this strategy works for me. 2 or 3 shooters in, you're at goal, and off you're playing. I'll take that time. I will be patient, waiting for it, grinding a little bit, because my entire goal is to play this for free, okay? Is that the best way to get there? Nah, I love the skill 66 better. It's literally 2 rolls and you're in. And your risk factor there is really 1 shot of 66 bucks. Here you're at risk all over the place. It's definitely a higher risk, higher reward play to do this way. It's fun. I know. I like the Oddsmaker. The Oddsmaker to me is a fun way to play. And if I'm teaching somebody the game of craps, this is a cool way to teach them, right? Because, and you'll see this next week when I work with my sister, teaching somebody craps using a system like this, I think is good, because it gets them on both sides of the table, okay? And if we can get somebody, let me get back to the screen here. If we can get somebody on both sides of the table, they can really, I think, follow along with Let me get my own camera here. There we go. If we can get house edge, that's the wrong one. I want to be here. There we go. If we can get somebody on both sides like that with come bet and a don't pass, they really get a sense of the flow of the game. Okay, it may not be the most profitable way to play. We could talk through that all we want, but I believe that getting somebody to understand what the dice need to do for them to win helps them understand the puck, helps them understand the flow of the game and what's happening. I think it's one of the easiest ways to show somebody to play. And if you play that enough, you start going, oh, this is what, and then we can talk when there's not a lot going on, all those rolls that were kind of wasted rolls for me. We can talk the whole time at the table and say, hey, if you had bet this, you would have got paid that. If you had bet this, you would have got paid that. We're not doing it yet, but we can use the time between these payouts to explain other things. I think it's a great walk-up strategy for a new person to play. So I think it's pretty cool. Let's see, what else is going on here? This is funny, Eric. I'm looking at some of the chats now coming through. I didn't pause the chat like I did before, so let's see if I missed anything good here. Oh, Vince, you're smarter than I am for sure. Way smarter than I am for sure. You should give yourself more credit than that. Let's see. Yeah, Wager's here. Wager just left. Wager's doing his dishes, it looks like. Eric, I hate the 49ers with everything I have as a Seahawks fan. And it's only because I hated Jim Harbaugh, right? So I'm all in on anybody playing the 49ers. That's the way I look at this. But that said, as a Seahawks fan, I cannot root for the Rams either. I'm like hoping for an EMP to go off in Los Angeles and turn all the power off so that game never gets played. That's what I would love to see. So, oh, John, did I mess up something? I see last it was sent. Did I mess up one? I might have done that. Maybe that was back when I had that 6 and I thought it was a 7. I forgot what happened there. I think sometimes I roll them off the back wall with my stick. I'm obviously not a dealer, so anyway, that's that. I'm looking here. Let's see. Running through, make sure I didn't miss anything important in chat. So looks like no. Oh, good. Thanks, Vince, for subscribing to that. Yeah, that I don't know why that. I can't find it either. I think once the channel has more than like 2 subscribers, it'll be findable. We'll see. I have to figure out the magic to get that thing found. So yeah. And my, Triple 12 is better than the place in the 5 or not yet. Totally. Let's see. And they say they feel sucker bad. Today it worked, right? But honestly, and I want you to go back to the table because I'm going to get off topic here, but I think this is important. Table zoom. That field win, think about this, right? Here's the math. I think the math behind this is going to be this. If I'm on the don't, okay? If I'm on the don't, I'm going to lose that bet on the come out. And the field loses for the same reason. If they both lose on the 7, this one here loses on the 11 too, though. The 2 ways throw the 11. Let me do it in white chips. That loses on the 11 2 ways. This one wins on the 11 the same 2 ways. That becomes the hedge for the 11 automatically. You stop losing this bet on the 11. But what happens then is this. You have the other numbers happening. So if a point, let's say that we roll a 9, the point becomes a 9, and your field bet pays off, that bet can't lose. That becomes basically it's a 2-to-1 payout on the favorite. You're on the 7 against the 9. Normally it's a 1-to-1 payout, but you've already paid for the bet. The field paid for it. That's a free bet. So when you win on the 7 coming and you get that money, that's a double payment. You got paid twice on that, which is interesting to think about. And of course, when the 2 or the 12 comes out, and they do come out, you saw that today, when you're getting paid 2 here and 3 here, right? And let's say you get one more other field win, that's 6 wins. You get a 2 or a 12 on some come outs, and like I did today, there's 6 units that you've won, that covers you for 6 7s coming out. And I think over time, the 2 and the 12 compensate for the 7s that I'm losing on the come out with this don't pass bet. Again, I got to run a big simulation on it to see how many times that actually pays out. But in my practice sessions, I'm seeing a lot of that. I'm seeing a lot of the field wins compensating for don't pass losses over time. And it's actually making that 7 on the come out suck a whole lot less when I'm winning 2 and 3 units in the field coming through. And I love having the 9, the 4, the 10 as the point, because that don't pass bet becomes free. That's a profit bet. Man, that's great stuff. So I'm digging when that happens. I think it's actually really, really kind of cool. So, all right, what else do we have here? Looking through chat here and see if anything is good. The Rams have cooler helmets. They're gonna, yeah, you know, the Rams have cooler helmets. I do like the Rams went back to their old colors at least. You know, the old LA colors. Pretty cool. All right, so yeah, 16 versus 20. You're right, and that's, the field is not a great probability win, 16 versus 20. However, the 2 and the 12 help. And when you're setting the 4, 9, or 10 as points, that's James. That's where I like it as a play with the don't pass. It just seems to make the don't pass bets more profitable. When I do that, it just seems to work out. Now again, just seems to work out is not math, right? It works out for me as I play. It's not math. So, no, Eric, people do this all the time. Actually, the dice that I got here, these big foam dice that I play with sometimes, these I bought from an elementary school website because teachers do use dice to teach math, which is, and they're almost like built-in flashcards. So what do you see? You know, and it's actually kind of a cool thing. So, yeah, alrighty. I didn't do the Hardways today, Kevin. I purposely didn't do the Hardways when I was playing that system. I mentioned that you could do them as a option for the strategy, but I didn't play them out today. So, yeah. All right. I think that's it. It's 9 o'clock. Good session. Good coffee. Ken, thanks for the mug, buddy. Hopefully my Pro Craps cup will be here soon. I can drink out of my own cup too, but this is great. By the way, Ken's got merch. Ken is he's not selling things like this. He's taking donations. So you donate money, he repurposes the money with donations, and he sends you stuff like this. So support Ken in his efforts on the donation side of things. Got a really cool logo, and he's the man. So I think that's it. Thanks all for subscribing to the new channel. I'll start streaming from there probably next week, maybe the week after. I got to get some more things set up and organized with it, but TBD when that's going to be. But if you're there, what I'll start doing is copying videos over. I'm going to get all the old cocktails and craps, the coffee and craps video. All these videos are going to move over there, so there's content there to start with. I'm also going to put all of the interviews that I did for the Crapsathon on that channel. So that channel is going to start out with all the interviews that we did for the Crapsathon. So it'll have some content there. And if you didn't see the Crapsathon, which some of you I know didn't, go there and watch them. They're great. They'll be great interviews. If you saw the Crapsathon, you can revisit some of the cool stuff. Vince was on there with us for about a half an hour. It was fantastic. Talking to Steen at WinCraps. It was a great session. So super cool. Blamed your channel for lots of commercial was wrong. Let's talk about that. Can we talk about, Mike, if we still have people here, 45? Listen to my lecture here on the commercials. I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but it makes me think about this. YouTube, right? Money, the way this works. Our channels are live. YouTube shows commercials on our channels. We don't pick the commercials as providers. We'd have nothing to do with that. YouTube puts the commercials there. That's what they do. We get a percentage of the commercials, what YouTube makes from them. We don't decide what the commercials are. They just show up. It would be better, right, for Vince and myself and Jeff, who has 1,000 subscribers, from a money-making standpoint on YouTube, it would be better if all of you were YouTube Premium members, frankly. If you all went to YouTube Premium and paid the $10 a month, like I do, I pay them $10 a month, I never see a commercial. I never see a commercial. It's worth the $10 a month to never see a freaking commercial. What happens is if you're paying $10 a month and you're a subscriber of my channel or Vince's channel, we get a little bit of your $10 a month. They spread that around to us, which is nice because we can make a little bit of money. You don't got to see commercials, and we don't feel like we're, and we can turn commercials off at some point. So I think that's what can happen here. So definitely, I would say stop. Yeah. Once your channel gets popular, the ads start showing up. Once YouTube can categorize you, they put ads on everything. everybody's paying YouTube $9 a month, they will not put ads on, and you'll never see an ad again. To me, as a consumer, I would rather pay to not see ads, even though I'm feeding the beast, the YouTube beast. It's worth $9 a month for me to do it. So I don't see ads anymore. I haven't seen an ad in 3 years. And again, if you want to do that, that's great, because we'll get a little bit of a cut of that action, not a big cut, but a small cut. And then you get to not have to deal with the damn commercial. So go for it. There you go. That's my lecture for today. Let's see. Yeah, right. The old days, they paid a little more, Vince. I don't think that they pay that much anymore. YouTube is not a way to make any kind of money. I can tell you that. YouTube is no way to make a living in today's world. You get an absolute pittance from YouTube. So anyway, have at it. It's Wednesday. It's 9 o'clock Pacific time. I got to get to work. Great audience as always. I love the interaction in here. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you tomorrow for another pocket or tool belt strategy. God bless all of you, and I'll see you in the morning. Have a great day.